Welcome back. A minute before 5 o'clock. Top stories at this hour. More information, including an angry text message and a threat to leave the child at a BART station. More on that in a moment. An early morning hit-and-run accident in San Francisco damages 8 cars and totals 4 others. The driver still missing at this hour. More details coming up in just a minute. And state lawmakers burn the midnight oil, debating budget cuts, including a proposal to release thousands of prison inmates before their sentences are up. Details on that straight ahead as well. And teachers in one East Bay school district say they've had enough, and now they're ready to strike, just days before students are set to head back to school. We'll tell you where this is happening in just a minute. We're also following weather and traffic this morning. A live look here at SFO this morning. Again, that fog still hugging close to the coast and around the bay, keeping temperatures cool. Let's get our first look at it now with Drew.
Thank you, James. Yes, indeed. Once again, we're looking at plenty of morning clouds and fog to keep temperatures very similar to what we've seen in the past few days for much of the week. And taking a look at some morning headlines for weather. Once again, morning clouds and fog, temperatures similar to yesterday. A chance of a little bit of a warm up, just a degree or two in the further inland areas. And we do have a minor chance of some showers this weekend. We'll have a full weather check coming up in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, let's get a quick check of traffic with George.
And a quick look at the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza. The westbound ride, an easy one here. No delays as you head toward the toll plaza from 580, 880, 24, or Interstate 80, the East Shore Freeway. So far, a pretty quiet start to the morning commute, but I'll have a complete traffic check coming right up. James?
All right, George, thank you very much. Now to our developing story at this hour. It's been 11 days since 5-year-old Hassani Campbell went missing, and now the spotlight has shifted to the little boy's foster parents. Court documents just released seem to reveal now instances of domestic tension between Lewis Ross and Jennifer Campbell. In fact, a phone text message laced with expletives that Ross sent to Campbell before the boy disappeared. In fact, here's a quote from that text message. It says, "This is expletive over. I will watch her," referring to Hassani's younger sister, "but he will be out on the BART, and it's your responsibility to hay him, so expletive you." Now, court documents also state that at one point, Ross brandished a sword at Campbell, who's 6 months pregnant. In a statement to police after Hassani's disappearance, Ross told investigators that he was also having some misgivings about caring for a developmentally disabled child. Hassani, of course, has cerebral palsy. Now, KRON 4 talked to Hassani's biological mother and asked her how she feels about these latest instances and developments. Take a listen to how she reacted.
His relationship with Hassani was very good that I know of, and we don't really know about the text messages, so we're not gonna really say anything about them. I really don't think he had anything to do with this. I really don't think my sister had anything to do with this. I really think they should put their focus in the streets and talk to people in the streets and see if they have seen my baby.
Now, meanwhile, the court documents also detail the police concerns about the fact that Hassani disappeared in such a crowded area, but yet there are no witnesses. The documents also reveal new information about accusations of domestic violence and what police were looking for at Hassani's foster parents' home. Hassani's foster parents did get a chance to comment on these documents, including the sword and the police searching their home. Take a listen.
But I'm not the focus. Public, please. I should not have ever been the focus. They took my keys, my cell phone, and my wallet. I said, "You have my keys. You have my permission to go to my home."
They didn't need a search warrant.
They didn't need one. I told them they can go to my home. The sword, Jennifer is uncomfortable with the sword, and I think that may have been one of the text messages that she didn't like the sword at the house and so forth and so on. And I kept the sword underneath of our bed, underneath my mattress for protection. That is the only weapon we have in this house. I said, "Get that F out, it's over." And I'm venting. Do I regret it? I regret it not because the world knows about it. I regret it that I said it.
It doesn't matter what you think of us or our relationship or anything else. Just find Hassani. Bring Hassani home.
Now, meanwhile, candles continue to burn at a makeshift vigil outside the back door of that shoe shop where Hassani Campbell was left in the car and was last seen by his foster father. The candles, along with balloons and stuffed animals and Hassani's missing poster, were put up by friends and neighbors at that shop there located on Hardwood Street and College Avenue, where Hassani's foster mother, Jennifer Campbell, works in Oakland. And we're going to obviously keep an eye on this story and bring you the latest details as they develop, and things seem to be coming out daily now. So stay tuned to our broadcasts here and also on our website, KRON4.com. Any new information we will post there, to be sure. All right. Also new this morning, San Francisco police are investigating an early morning hit-and-run accident at the Russian Hill neighborhood. It happened at the intersection of Taylor Street and Union, and KRON4's Yoli Aceves is out there live this morning. Boy, Yoli, a lot of wreckage out there this morning.
Yeah, you could barely tell what kind of car this is. If it wasn't for the emblem, this is actually, you couldn't even tell that this is a BMW that just crunched. What a terrible way to wake up on a Friday morning and come out to your car and see this damage. Now, from what we know, the suspect came down this steep hill, and for some reason we still don't know why, lost control, began to hit this white car and just cream the rest of these other cars down the hill, and ended up rolling on its side and into the intersection. In fact, I think we have some pictures of that one car that rolled over. It's a white utility sports car. It's still a no about the suspect. We know he got away for a while. I put in a call to the police department, and they still haven't gotten a report back whether that person actually did get caught yet or not. But last time I heard he was still on the run. This all happened about 2:45 this morning, and just look at this damage. It is just incredible. It's so bad. You know, just even the short time that I've been here, James, people are coming by just to take a look at it and take pictures of it. They're just astounded by how bad the damage is on all these cars here on Taylor Street. It's a little unreal, really.
Yeah, it almost looks like a war zone there with all those cars torn apart like that. And I saw, obviously, that SUV has been taken out of the intersection now, but what about that street there? Is it anything taped off, or the police just gone now? No,
the police are gone. This street is totally clear. This is Taylor Street, and the cross is Union, and these cars are all still here. Now, what they're going to do with them and tow them away when, or we don't know yet. Yeah. And the owners haven't even come out yet. So,
wow.
This might be quite a shock and a surprise for them to see, either if they see it on TV or come out here and to find their car totally, just totaled.
Just destroyed, yeah. Holy cow. All right, Yoli, well, we'll stay with you then, and who knows, maybe they might come out and we'll get a chance to talk to some of them, get their reaction, which at this point obviously you might assume was going to be shock and maybe a little anger too. But anyway, all right, Yoli, thank you much. Some really dramatic pictures out there at Taylor and Union. George Rask is actually in the traffic center right now following the rest of the commute this morning. Let's get over there. Hey, George.
Hey, James, good morning. Well, we're looking at the freeways right now. No problems on City Street. Train is good, and so is Caltrain along the peninsula with no problems or delays reported. James.
All right, George, thank you much. Another story for you this morning. New details now out of Contra Costa County. Teachers in the West Contra Costa Unified School District are closer to the possibility now of walking off the job. They voted in favor of allowing union leaders to call a strike if necessary. That vote came down last night, and it was a landslide vote. 93% of more than 1,200 teachers voted in favor of that strike authorization. The vote now gives union executives the authority to call that strike. The union and the school district have been going back and forth over health benefits, class sizes, and other issues for more than a year now. Here's some of what both sides have to say.
We will not back down, and that we have had enough, and that this is our way of being able to move forward.
I have 3 kids and a wife, so that's going to be like $1,000 a month.
Teachers that are making between $40,000 and $50,000 could be asked to actually pay a quarter of their salary.
We believe that many of our teachers gave a lot over the years to earn those lifetime benefits. The reality is, though, that we have less funds. We have $25 million less this year than we did last year.
Well, school officials have been preparing for a possible strike. They've been authorizing higher pay for substitute teachers and taking other steps to make sure they can be staffed when school opens up on Tuesday. All of this happening just a few days now before the official start of fall school for a lot of folks out there in the West Cocoa School District. All right, 5:10 is the time. Let's get over to the traffic desk, or the weather desk, I'm sorry. Drew Harmon standing by with a look at the forecast on this Friday. Hey, Drew.
Hey there, James. Looking at another mild start to today. In fact, today. having some computer issues here, but plenty of temperatures around the upper 80s. We'll have a full check of that coming up in just a couple of minutes. Meantime, we'll send it back over to James.
All right, Drew, thank you much. We'll get that computer fixed momentarily. In the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more in a minute. And when we come back, the latest live out of Richmond, where there was an incident at the refinery out there. KRON 4's Jackie Sissel standing by with the latest on what exactly happened in the early morning hours. We'll talk to him in just a moment. Stay with us.